Are we live? Yes, we're live, man. We've been live for a bit. I'm not even doing, man. We're back with a bang. It's the Unreal Man here, the truth of the manosphere. And I'm back at it again, bro. Listen, guys, I want to talk to you guys today, man. I know a lot of you guys, you're delusional, you're living in fantasy world, you need a reality check, and that's what I'm here for. A lot of you guys ain't gonna wake up, if I'm being real with you. A lot of you guys ain't gonna wake up because you believe, honestly, you believe that things are gonna get better for you. You believe that, bro. You guys can hear people talking and everything, bro. You're saying good, man. Saying good content. They're saying quality content, bruh. But who cares, man? It's the Unreal Man here, the truth of the manosphere. So, yeah, man. I'm going to talk about this, what I've been seeing on the internet a lot, man, recently. This doomer, People are doomers, this doom and gloom. I've been had to tell people, this ain't for this channel, man. I don't want to hear none of that crap. I'll give you one warning. If you come again with it, you're blocked, man. I don't want to hear any of that doomer, this, doomer, that. There ain't no doom and gloom for me. If you want to talk about that, you can talk about that. But I ain't going with that. Because I've been there before. I'm way better off now than what I was before. So why would I go back to somewhere where I was in a worse position than I am now? Doesn't make any sense, right? But these doomer guys, they, basically what they are is just another way of calling somebody a loser. We're creating new words for people. It's like SJW on the flip side. It's like everybody's becoming a hypersensitive SJW snowflake nowadays. Why are we creating new words for losers? Everybody want to be edgy and cool and create new words. You're just a effing loser, bro. Let's just be honest here. Why are you creating some new word? Oh, I'm a doomer. You're a loser. You're in that position because you can't compete. Let's be real. This is a competitive society. You don't want to live in a competitive society, then go and become an English teacher in Thailand. I told you guys already. Why are you here? You think I want to compete for the rest of my life? No. Why do you think people make money and they go to Bahamas or somewhere retired? They don't want to compete anymore. This is a competitive society. How many times I have to fucking say this to you guys? I'm sick and tired of seeing these comments. This is a competitive society. If you can't compete, then go and take a flight to Thailand, become an English teacher. Or go to Vietnam. If you can't compete, guys. This is the thing. This is a place to make money. If you want to make the money, then make it, If you can't make it, then take the flight. Say, we can't fly because of the virus. Well, that's you guys' fault for acquiescing to it. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic. But let me get back on top. I'm getting a bit mad now. I am getting mad because it's like you guys ain't learning, bro. I'm here to educate. I'm the master. I'm here to educate people, bro. I ain't here to be your friend. But back to what I was saying in the one that just got cut off. I had it on a live stream. It got cut off, It's a guy on a motorbike, yeah. But I was going to talk about back with the doomer thing, these guys, they act like they're victims, right? And I said this before, there's no victim really. And the reason why there's no victim is because of the fact that, you have to compete with other people. And if you're competing with other men, if you want to look at it from a perspective, you're competing with other men for women if you're a heterosexual male, right? And you're interested in pursuing a relationship with a female. And, really, you have to compete, guys. It's not a case of, you can just do whatever you want, man. If you can do whatever you want, but you're not going to get any results in your own life. This is the thing, I did what I want, play video games, which was not really what I wanted. It was what I was conditioned to want. But, I played video games 4 hours a day. 3 years ago, 2017 was my peak of my gaming. And I'm not going to say gaming career because I had no career. I sucked. One thing I never told you guys, I sucked at video games. I sucked! Which is even worse. I'm better at business than I am at video games, and I'm not that good of a businessman either. But you know, I mean, games. I mean, I was never that good at video games. I used to get my ass whooped in those FPS, first-person shooter, and even worse, other games, man. But anyway, so I did what I wanted, though. That's what I thought I wanted, right? I did it. And where did it get me? Nowhere. That was at my lowest point, bro. Now I did certain things I didn't want to do, but you do things you don't want to do for the time, so that you can live how you want to live, though. That's the thing. I mean, you can live how you want to live because you've actually put the time in and made the sacrifices. You're not going to get anywhere without making sacrifices. This idea of being a victim, bro. You're not a victim because, it's like me saying I'm a victim because I'm not as smart as Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Bill Gates. That doesn't even make any sense. Am I a victim because I'm not as tall as LeBron James to become the next NBA champion? It's just stupid things like that. What you guys are saying to try to justify your loser situation. No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with you have no qualities, you have no value. You're worthless, and I've said this before. And the thing is, like, you want to say that you have nothing to bring to the table, so you deserve to be in that position. Society should not allow people with zero value to be successful. How can a society? That's not justified. That's not justice. That's not fair. And that's not right either. And that's stupid. You have to have something going for you. If you've got nothing going for you, then you can go to hell. I don't want to hear you complain. Yeah, I can understand if you were like, you were on your way to winning the Olympic gold medal, and a week before the Olympics you got shot in the back and became paralyzed. I can understand if you're like saying that, oh, I'm a victim, and I would feel genuine sympathy for that guy. But when you've wasted 20, 30 years of your life like that Frankenstein-looking guy, I'm not going to mention his name, that Frankenstein-looking guy that has something against me because I told the truth about him, that 40-something-year-old man who's dating a transgender, if you wasted, 20-something years of your life like that clown, and you can't, get anywhere in life, then what are you complaining about? That's your own fault. You never went to jail for a crime you didn't commit. You never became disabled. So what's your excuse? There is no excuse. You're a loser. Sometimes you need to put your hands up and admit you're a loser. I'm going to give you a prime example of somebody who was a serial winner, who lost, admitted he was a loser, and won. Okay, I'm going to mention this. I like to give examples, okay? Always give examples. I've got more examples in this video. Because people tell, oh, you're full of shit. But yeah, I always give examples, though. So how am I full of shit? How can I be full of shit if I'm giving examples? So I want to talk about this guy here, Anthony Joshua. Heavyweight champion of the world, okay? He lost. He was favored to beat this guy, this American guy, Andy Ruiz. He lost the boxing fight against Andy Ruiz, okay? He lost the boxing fight. And what happened? At the end of the fight, I saw the interview. He admitted that, no excuses, okay? He was the better man. He admitted, I'm a loser. He's better than me. On this night, he was better than me. He had the right mentality. He could accept it. He could accept that guy's better than him. And he trained, and he came back with the rematch and won his heavyweight championships back. He was a unanimous victory. He won. Because he accepted his defeat. He accepted his flaws, and he came back and he won unanimously. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that, sometimes you have to accept you're a loser, even when you're a winner. Much less you guys who are complete and utter losers, who've never won a goddamn thing in your life. You've never defeated anybody. And let me tell you something. You're going to be a victim, a victim of other men if you don't do self-improvement. When I say victim of other men, you're going to be, a subordinate to other men. You're going to be a subordinate. That's a better word to use. You're going to be a subordinate of other men. You're going to be dominated by other men. for the rest of your life. You know, that's the truth. Other men are going to dominate you. Other men are going to dominate you because you don't have what it takes to compete. You're not willing to change. You know, you're going to be working for somebody else for the rest of your life, making them rich. You know, look at the Doomer memes. The Doomer memes. What does it always say? Working a dead-end job at 30 years old. You're working a dead-end job. What does that mean? That you are a subordinate for other men. You're a subordinate for other men. You are inferior. Yes, you're inferior to other men. See, in this SJW society, you're not allowed to say other men are inferior. But what did Muhammad Ali say which we praise Muhammad Ali? He said, oh, he was a great fighter. He said, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Yeah, because he was. Why can't we admit that some people are inferior? You are inferior. That's why you're at the bottom of the food chain. You know, you are inferior. That's why you're a doomer. You're not a doomer because of society. Society have nothing to do. You know, the society is set up in such a way that it allows you to really get to where you want to be. I don't know if it's possible. You know, there's some theories out there that, you know, to get to a certain level, the elite level, you know, of economic, you know, I've heard people say that, you know, Apple, you know, the government made, and the elites made Apple successful. It wasn't really Steve Jobs. Okay, let's say that's true. But I don't need to become as rich as Steve Jobs to live a good life. I can make 10 million a year, and I'm not even on the radar of those people, and I'm still living good. You know, you don't need to be a multi-billionaire. You know, you don't need to be a multi-billionaire, and I don't believe that that's true with all billionaires. I believe that might be true with some. That might be true with Zuckerberg. Probably is true with Zuckerberg. But Zuckerberg's still a very intelligent guy. You know, you can say what you want about Zuckerberg. I'm not a big fan of the guy, but, you know, I know about Facebook and how it collects data, but that's not the point of this video anyway. But, you know, the truth is, guys, is that, you know, it's either you're going to make the changes or not. You know, and you guys don't want to believe that it's possible to become very wealthy. You don't want to believe that it's possible to, you know, change your life. And the thing is, like, one thing I need to tell you guys is that money will change it. I know some of you guys are socialists, and the people who dislike my videos, one of the major groups is socialists. I found that out recently. Another group is, I think you know who it is. It's not feminists. You know, we like to talk about women in the man. So, oh, feminists. Yeah, feminists are bitches, but they're not really attacking our manosphere, though. To be honest with you, it's other men that are attacking our manosphere. Let's keep it real. Feminists are leaving us alone. They don't even know that we exist. I mean, occasionally you have the SJW that come and say one thing, but they're not constantly disliking our videos. It's other men who are disliking our videos. And, you know, that's the thing. But you guys don't want to believe that it's possible. And you guys don't want to believe that money is going to change things for you. You don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that money is going to change. You know, what I noticed about people who whine and complain incessantly about their life on the internet, all of them are poor. That's what I noticed. Every single person who whines and complains, whether it's YouTube, whether it's 4chan, whether it's 8chan, whether it's Reddit, they're all poor. So if money doesn't change, why everybody that's complaining is poor? Is that just a coincidence? It's not a coincidence. You know, because you're poor, your life sucks. Money changes the game. You know, stop believing that money ain't gonna change the game, because that's your coping mechanism. Your coping mechanism is that money ain't gonna change the game, so you have an excuse to not do anything. Let's be honest. You want an excuse to not do anything. That's the real truth. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in an excuse to not do anything, because I know if I don't do anything, my life ain't gonna improve. You know, I know that. I'm not delusional about that. So, you know, you can talk about, you know, all this bullshit about, oh, you know, I can't do it, you know. I was looking at the profile of Tim Sweeney. You know, some of you guys may not know Tim Sweeney, some of you guys may know him. He's the guy of Epic Games. You know the logo on my channel? He created the Unreal Engine. The logo on my channel comes from his creation. I didn't make that logo, I just copied it. I'm too lazy to make it anyway, but, you know, so I just copied it. And this guy, Tim Sweeney, he started a company in like 1987 or 1989, something like that. He was worth 100 million in 2017. In 2018, he was worth 1 billion. In 2019, he's worth about 8, 9, or 10 billion. Why? Fortnite. Yeah, that shitty little game that those kids play. That was his success. That was his success, Fortnite. You know, it was the formula. Once you find the right formula, that's when you're going to become rich and successful. It's finding the right formula. He made a lot of gains, okay, with his company. But it was Fortnite, the right formula, that changed the landscape of video gaming, that made him a multi-billionaire. Now look, part of that is luck, but part of it is taking risks, and part of it is innovation. I'm not saying, and I don't expect people to become billionaire. I don't think I'll become a billionaire. You know, maybe I will, I don't know. You know, but the thing is that I don't need to. But, you know, I always give examples, because I think that a lot of people, they're delusional about, you know, life in itself. That, you know, life has to be bad because you've been conditioned by the education system. You've been conditioned by the, you know, the school, that, you know, you're a victim. There is no such thing as victims. You know, I made that video, Victims versus Losers. I think, no, I will not get that video back. It was deleted when the channel was deleted. But there is such a thing as victims versus losers. You know, a victim is different to a loser. You know, I don't trust these guys on these bikes, man. But a victim is different to a loser. I'm not a victim. I've never been a victim. You know, yeah, I'm not as smart as Bill Gates. Yeah, I'm not as athletic as LeBron James, but I got qualities that other people don't have. You know, everybody has qualities. If you don't have any qualities, then, you know, go to Vietnam. You see, this is the thing. If you have no qualities, why don't you just go to Vietnam and become an English teacher? Why are you living in a society that you can't compete in? I gave the analogy last time of the football and how teams, if you finish too low in the position, you get demoted to the lower league. You know, I think that certain people need to learn when to pack it up. And I'm going to re-upload my video when what's it called? When to give up. What's the name? When to know it's over, when to give up, something like that. I'm going to re-upload that video. Some of you guys need to learn when to pack it in and give up on this society. It doesn't mean to give up on life, but you have to give up on this society because some of you guys are you just don't have anything going for you. You're low intelligence, you're autistic, you're over 35 years old, there's no hope for you. If you remain in this society, you're probably going to end up homeless, or alcoholic, drug addict, or dead. I mean, so I'm trying to help you guys, man. This is why I say that today's society, there's so much opportunity, because, with the advent of the internet, you don't really need to have much going for you. You don't need it, man. A lot of you guys believe that you need so much. You don't need that much, man. Stop believing that it's so hard, bro. Like, you're making it hard because you believe it's hard. If you think something easy, it will make it easier. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but make it easier. I know I can be a millionaire. Before, I didn't believe I could be a millionaire. That's why I was making $1,000 a month. In 2017, I was making $1,000 a month, guys. In my 20s. Because I wasn't doing anything. See, you guys say, some of you guys have come to my channel and said, you've done the self-improvement. You can't fool me because I've been an underachiever. Some people may believe that if they've been high performers, or at least medium performers their whole life, they might actually believe that. But because I've been a massive underachiever, I told you, in my 20s, I was making $1,000 a month. So I know what it's like, man. That's the thing. I know what it's like because I've been there. I've been there and I've come out of that position. Most people around my age, making like 20s. Most women, I know women because I check their LinkedIn. I want to know how much money women are actually making. So I checked their LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is a good resource if you want to know how much money like women are actually making. If they put their job on there, you can just Google it. Most women are making around like 23, 25, 27K. They're not even making 30,000 a year, guys. These women, they think that they're something special, but they ain't really nothing. But that's not really the point of this video. But oh my god, something went in my eye, bro. Sorry, something went in my eye. I hate when that happens. Anyway, so yeah, so my next goal is to push 10,000 a month. This is a GMT, man. GMT. I'm not here to answer questions, but I just answered that one. But anyway, so as I was saying, man, yeah, I mean, my next goal is to hit 5 figures a month, which is 10,000 plus a month profit. Okay, now look at that, right? That's way higher than the average, though. That's way higher than the average. But I was making well below average money. So what does that tell you? That tells you that, you can push above. You can push above, but you got to do what it takes to get it, man. It's not, a lot of you guys have never fallen asleep in your office, or, you never fallen asleep in your chair working. How many of you guys have done that? Like, a lot of you guys, you just sleep. One guy told me he sleeps 10 hours a day. It's like that video I made with Steve Harvey. You can't sleep 8 hours. What's he saying? 8 hours a day. You shouldn't sleep 8 hours a day. He's right. I mean, this is competition, guys. You can't just do whatever the hell you want and expect to compete with the other people on the, especially if you're at the bottom of the food chain. You guys don't want to put the work in, but then you complain. If you don't want to put the work in, you've got two choices: to remain at the bottom of society or go to a third world country. But you choose the complaining option. Why are you complaining? I don't understand what you're complaining about. It's like me. If I continue playing video games 4 hours a day, I never complained about that on YouTube. I was pissed off at myself, but I didn't complain on YouTube. I mean, I think you guys who complain on YouTube are on a different level. I think some of you guys can't get out. I think when you put that on YouTube, I think that's when it's over for you. That might be the point where it's actually over for you. That might be the point where you can't come back from that. Because I never complained on YouTube. I never actually complained to anybody. Because, a lot of you guys are shameless. Like, part of being a human being is to have some shame. That's why I don't walk out with no clothes on. A lot of you guys are essentially doing that when you put all this stuff on the internet. You don't have any shame. I look at these guys like Just James. He has no shame in his life. If I was Just James, I would be ashamed of that. Why are you telling this to people? Like, you're telling people what a loser you are. It's like today's society have become so snowflake that, people are proud of actually being a loser, but then they complain about it. If you're proud of it, why are you complaining about it? Because it's all coping. That's what it is. It's all trying to cover up and mask up what you really are. Most people in today's society will never come out and admit that they're a loser. They will never admit it. I admit that I was a loser, and I'm still a loser because I haven't overcome the mistakes that I made. But I know I'm coming out of it. You guys know it's a lifelong sentence for you. You know it. It's not like you don't know it. Now, I was talking to this one guy today on YouTube. I didn't actually talk to him. I just wrote one message. And this guy's making all these excuses. Oh, I went to university. I went to university. University is shit. Okay, so I wasted my time. So what? So what? So what? Are you dead? Are you disabled? No. So what are you complaining about? Were you going to make a time machine? I don't understand why these guys don't just kill themselves if you're a doomer. Because you are living through hope. I said this before. You believe that things are going to change for you. You believe that. You believe that, but you don't want to admit to that because you know that people say, "Oh, delusional, ain't nothing going to change for you." Shit, that was a cat, bro. I thought that was something. Some of you guys may have seen the screen move. That was just a cat. But it's dark right here, bro. I don't trust these people. There could be some guy coming out though. Anyway, let me stick to the topic, but I'm not going to go much longer. I got to put this into one video, or maybe I'll just leave it up as 3 parts, but it's not that good. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, I try to help you guys, man, but most of you guys will never commit suicide. You see, the guys who commit suicide is the minority, at least at an early age. Some of you guys will just commit suicide through becoming a fat slob, like that one fat slob that I talk about. And, you know, some of you guys will commit suicide through alcohol. You know, some of you guys are heavy drinkers, man. You know, some of you guys are heavy drinkers, some of you guys are heavy smokers, some of you guys are heavy eaters. You know, but the guys who commit suicide, like that guy who set himself on fire, he actually believed what he was saying. He believed in it, and he knew it was over for him. Now, he could have got himself out of that position, but the thing is, what these guys want, the expectations to begin with were too high. It's like me, when I came out of high school, I thought I was going to get Megan Fox lookalikes. I thought that. I thought it was because I didn't know what it was like. I thought, well, you know, if I can get 6 now, I can get 9 or 10. That's what I thought. I thought I would get Jessica Alba lookalikes. That's what I thought I would get. And then I realized this shit I'm not even on nowhere near. You know, and this is the thing. But I realized that, like, these guys believe that to, like, they're 35 or 30 at least. They didn't realize that when they were, like, 20 or 21. Like, you see, I think the longer you go in the delusion, the more unlikely it is for you to come out of it. Like, I think a lot of these guys that I talk about, is over for all of them. Because they've gone too long with it. It's gone too far. Like, you can't believe in the delusion for that long, and then you're gonna die in a state of delusion. You know, I mean, I'm gonna say this guy's name, Virgin Messiah. This guy is talking about an oracle mentorship. This dude is 34 to 35 years old. He's talking about an oracle mentorship he didn't do at 17, guys. Okay, he's twice the age he was then. Okay. He's twice the age he was then, and he's still lamenting about the Oracle mentorship or internship. I think it's called internship. Let's call it internship. That's actually better because it's more of an internship, right? The Oracle internship he didn't take at 17, which more than likely he would have failed anyway. I'm not trying to be mean, but knowing I mean, maybe he was kind of smart at 17. Maybe he was a bit smarter, because you do get dumb after years. Maybe he was. I don't want to make this video about this guy, but, you know, he's just I mean, so, you know, you couldn't get into so you failed, you turned down the Oracle internship, right? Now, you work in a library for 10 years or something like that. You work dead-end jobs, and now you want to tell yourself that you can make it on the career ladder. No. It's over for you, bro. Nobody's gonna hire. And you can't just change your career. The only way you can change your career, okay, let me tell you something true that people won't tell you. The only way you can change your career, like, I'm not talking about, you know, going to some crack career. I'm talking about a serious, like, a career. Like becoming a doctor, a dentist, you know, a lawyer, a computer programmer, a data analyst, you know, serious. I'm not talking about some bullshit. A serious career, right? The only way you can change your career, let me just stop and let these cars go. The only way you can change your career is if you go from, like, what do you call it? You go from like a career that you were successful in, like producer Michael. He went from music producer to movie producer, and I think he does something else called, like, talent management or something like that. But producer Michael was a very successful music producer, and obviously music and movies are kind of interlinked, you know. So he already worked in the music industry, then he transferred over to the movie industry. You're not going to be able to just change your career like that. If you worked a dead-end job, it's over for you. But that doesn't mean to be a doomer, though. Because it's over for you, that means that you change your point of attention, you change your goals, you know. Well, you doomers don't have any goals, but you change your you know, your expectations, and let's go that way. You know, that's what I'm saying to you guys. You guys don't get this concept. You think that somehow you're going to be able to make it, or, you know, you think that somehow things are going to change. Or, you know, it's all doom and gloom because I'm a victim. There is no victim. How many times I have to say, you know, there is no victim. Was Anthony Joshua a victim when he was beaten up by Andy Ruiz? I mentioned that earlier in this video. No, he wasn't a victim. He lost because he didn't work hard enough. But he came back and he won. So it's nothing about victim. There is no victim. When you're standing face to face with somebody, and we are fighting against each other, you know, it's not like, you guys don't realize that we are fighting against one another. You know, if I can fight you, you can fight me. You know, we're competing, and this is the thing. All's fair in love and war. You know, the world doesn't work like how you guys think it works. Say, oh, I'm not as good looking as David Gandhi, I'm a victim. I'm not as smart as Elon Musk. Why do you always look at the top and say you have to be the top to be a victim? That doesn't even make any sense. Why do you have to be at the top or you're a victim? Why is there no in between? See, this your idea of the world doesn't even make sense. So I'm not as smart as Elon Musk. I don't need to make a Tesla to become rich. You know, I don't need to make Tesla to become rich. So why do I need to be as smart as Elon Musk? I don't. See, this is, you're believing in a fantasy. You know, you're believing in a fantasy. And the thing is, even if you're dumb, you can still do better than what you're doing now. But it's your belief system that's the problem. We've all been conditioned. I'll be honest with you. We've all been conditioned by you know, our parents. You know, and most of you guys had piss poor parents. Even if you had two parents in the home, doesn't make any difference. I had two parents in the home. Didn't stop me from being a loser. You know. But this is the thing. If you don't want to wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to give it a crack. Most of you guys have never given it a crack. I give it a crack. That's why, like I said, most of you guys have never slept in your office. Steve Jobs slept in his office. You know, Elon Musk slept in his office. Bill Gates slept in his office. You know, and it's not that I'm a fan of these guys, but it's just the reality. You know, if you're not willing to sleep in your office, if you're not willing to work until you drop, then you're not serious. You know, you can go to socialism and start smoking weed and you know, getting drunk. You know, that's what socialists do. Let's be honest here. Socialism doesn't even make sense, because when you look at the people that actually believe in it, they're not working as hard as the people who they claim that are the you know, the bad people. They love to complain about Jeff Bezos, but Jeff Bezos worked harder than they did, though. See, if they were working as hard as Jeff Bezos, they wouldn't even be a socialist. You know, most socialists smoking weed all the time, and all they do is party. You know, all they do is party. That's all they do. I mean, you know, you guys are just, you know, delusional. You know, stop believing in all these stupid ideologies on the internet. You know, I don't believe in any ideology on the internet. I don't believe in doomerism. I don't believe in what do you call it? You know, incel ideology. I don't believe in all this stuff that they talk about, like you know, all this. What's that Pepe idea? I don't know that there's one ideology that's linked to that Pepe emoji. Is it emoji or character? I don't know what that's called, but there's one that's linked. The 4chan ideology. I don't know what is that. Is that doomerism? I think that is doomerism, but it's an offshoot or something. The doomer meme is a bit different. Before that, they had that Pepe meme. What ideology is that? I don't believe in that either. I don't believe in any of this nonsense what you guys are talking about. I don't believe in that. All that stuff is garbage. You know, it doesn't help nobody. You're just, why do you need to go on the internet to talk to people about being a loser? Because you can't take it. You're trying to prevent your suicide. I'm not trying to prevent my suicide. 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. I don't know if he made that up. But did he make that up, get rich or die trying? I don't know. But it's a good philosophy though. Get rich or die trying. You know why? Because you're not trying to prevent your suicide. You're saying, I'd rather die than go back to being poor. Dan Pena said the same thing. Because that's the thing. Being poor is so bad that people would rather die than going back to being poor. I mean, so, being poor is not an option for me. Yes, I'm poor right now, but I'm not going to be poor when I'm 35. I'll tell you that much. Stop believing that money won't save you. Money will save you. Money equals freedom. It equals options. You guys love to complain about normies. Well, guess what? The normie is dominating you, though. Your boss is a normie. Normies are getting women over you as well. Normies are dominating you economically, romantically. When I say romantically, they can get women that you can't get. Normies are dominating you. You call guys cucks. The guys who call the guys the cucks are the cuck themselves. I mean, nobody's really a cuck unless you're talking about the literal sense, which most guys are not doing that. But if you want to talk about like a cuck, you're the cuck because you're being dominated by other men, though, in society. Other men are dominating you. Other men are dictating whether you work or not. See, another man cannot dictate whether I work or not. That's the thing. What I want. Other men are dictating whether you have a girlfriend or not because you don't have any real access. If another man goes for that chick, they're getting the women that you cannot get. You're going for the bottom of the barrel women. You're going for the women that, no other guy wants. Because they're dominating you. They're dominating you. And you're saying that you're not at the bottom. You're at the bottom, bro. You're being dominated. You're living your whole life to benefit other men. Like, okay, I'm always going to make the rich richer. There's nothing you can do about it. The rich are always going to get richer, but at least give me a slice of the pie. I want to dominate some. It's not about dominating other people. It's about not being dominated yourself. But in order to do that, you have to dominate other people. That's the thing. You talk about normies all the time, but yet you're not doing what it takes to get your revenge on the normie. Because you believe that the normie is superior to you. Nobody's saying this in the manosphere. I'm the only guy in the manosphere that's saying this. You guys who complain about normies and women, you believe that they're superior to you. That's why you don't dominate them. It's like the slave. Why did the slave not rebel against the slave master? Because he'd been conditioned to believe that they're superior. This is the thing. You guys don't understand this logic. See, I'm giving you guys the hardcore truth. The only guy in the manosphere. That's why I'm the truth in the manosphere. You believe they're superior to you. You believe normies are superior. I don't believe normies are superior to me. I don't believe nobody's superior to me. I don't say people are better than me. I say people make better decisions than me. Now you could say, well, I said earlier on in the video, people are superior to you. Some people are superior to you. Yes. Some people are superior to you. But I'm talking about the top level. LeBron James is a fantastically gifted athlete. Steve Jobs is an incredibly intelligent person. Okay? But like I said, the middle ground is where you seize those people and you take control of them. This is the thing. You can dominate the middle. If you dominate the middle ground, you have a lot of power. I was looking at the industry. I was looking at the event data. I'm going to finish this soon because I've been going for a long time with all the interruptions and everything. But I was looking at like the events, okay? And I was reading and I was shocked by this. I should have known it, but I was shocked by this. Events, okay? Events are not going to return until 2022, guys. Not 2021, 2022. There's going to be no events, none. No concerts, no sporting event. Well, sporting events they're going to be, but no fans are allowed. No concerts, no sporting events, no business events, nothing. Until 2022. How are people going to survive? How are these industries going to survive? They're not. They're dead. They're dead. That's the reality. They're dead. They're gone. When Dan Pena said entire industries are going to be wiped off the face of the planet forever, he wasn't joking when he said that. He wasn't joking. They're gone, man. They're finished. And this is the truth. So, you got to realize that if you have a way to make money online, you can dominate people through their desperation. Think about it. You know how much money I can make selling courses if I wanted to, which I don't want to because I want to actually give people something worth it. But do you know how much money I can make? I could potentially become the next Dan Locke. Now, I don't want to become the next Dan Locke because I don't want the fame. But I could potentially become the next Dan Locke if I wanted to. I could become the next Dan Locke. There's going to be a lot of Dan Locks. Why? Because there's going to be desperation. The demand of education to make an income online is going to be through the roof. And that's why I tell you to start an online business. You don't want to listen to me? Okay, enjoy your poverty. Because I'm going to be the one making fun of you guys when I become rich. Watch this space. When I become rich, I'm going to make fun of you guys hardcore. Some people have commented on my channel, you should stop making fun of people. No, I'm just getting started, bro. Because I'm a loser myself. When I become successful, I'm going to make fun of you guys, bro. I don't care if people call me an asshole. I don't care. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm going to make fun of you guys who didn't listen to me. You guys think you hate my guts now. I'm going to make fun of you guys if I'm still on YouTube. If I'm still on YouTube. Actually, maybe I won't, depending though. I might do it under a different persona. I might do it under a different persona, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make fun of people. I might need to protect myself a bit because I don't want to, I don't want to make myself come across as a, especially if I'm dealing with the people. But I'm gonna make fun of you guys, who don't listen to me. Because look, you guys who hate my guts, right? You hate my guts because you know that I'm right, but you're lazy. You don't have any work ethic. Like I said before, it takes years to build up a work ethic. I mean, the normie is not my enemy. The normie is a retard. He's not my enemy. He's not my enemy. The normie is not my enemy. The normie is there for me to subjugate him when I become rich. That's what he's here for. The normie is not going to be my business partner. When I say normie, I'm talking about like average guy. I'm not talking about multimillionaires. I'm not talking about, people like Dan Locke or Ty Lopez. I'm not a fan of these guys, but I'm just giving names. I'm talking about normie, the average Joe down the street in the pub, or like David Icke says, Ethel at the checkout. Ethel at the checkout. These people, these are normies. These are people who are going to make you become rich. That's how you have to look at normies. If you look at normies as superior to you, you're finished. If that guy who works, some crappy job is superior to you, then what are you? You are a slave. That's what you are. That's what you are. You're a slave. You are a slave to yourself. That's what you believe you are. I don't believe I'm a slave to anybody. You can say, oh, we're all slaves to the system. Yeah, we're slaves to the fraudulent economic system. You don't have to tell, I already know all this stuff. You don't have to tell me all this crap. You guys act that because I don't say everything on YouTube, I don't know this stuff. I already know about all this stuff. But the thing is that I'm trying to benefit my life. Because if I get into all that advanced level stuff, I'm never going to be satisfied. You have to get out of that mindset of life has to be perfect. Life is not going to be perfect, but you take what you can get out of life. And it starts with looking at the opportunities and capitalizing on them, which is exactly why I tell you guys to do what I tell you guys. If you're not capitalizing on the opportunity, then you deserve to be poor. You deserve to be at the bottom of the food chain. You don't deserve to reproduce. I think reproduction was made too easy, which is why there's so many millennials that are messed up. People like Virgin Messiah should not have been born. Even me, I probably shouldn't have been born. Because I only changed. I don't know what made me change, but I changed, and I made a decision that I'm going to change. But a lot of us shouldn't have been born. And the reality is we were only born due to the situation of the 80s and 90s where women were getting work, but they were still had very acceptable standards for what work a man does. That's why marriage costed $1,000. You guys didn't know that marriage in the 80s was 1,000. You could bring 1,000 to the table and a woman would marry you. An average normie woman would marry you. Now you need 30,000. So think about it. Think about it. That's the reason why a lot of us would not have been born under the previous circumstances. That's the truth. Because our parents were underachievers. And this society, I think, is better than the previous society. See, what you gotta understand, I hear these channels, they talk, oh, the 80s and 90s were easier. But the 80s and 90s, that's only a brief point in history, though. The 50s was not easier. Because the 50s, women didn't work. So you had to bring all the money home. And don't think that's easy, bro. Don't think that's easy to bring all the money home. It's not easy, bro. And the jobs they did were garbage. I'm sitting at home and making money. All it takes is to scale up your business. That's all it really takes. It doesn't take much more than that. And you can make at least a few 100,000 a year, if not millions. And that's the thing. I mean, people are just so negative about this because they think that the previous generation was better. No, it wasn't better. It wasn't better because if you didn't have how would I have got out of poverty if I was born in the 50s? I wouldn't have. I would never have been an employer. I would never have people, this society allows us to leverage people in other countries that are third world and pay them $2 an hour. When did that exist prior to the internet? See, you guys are morons. You guys don't know anything about economics. And I'm a beginner in this. I only started learning it, and I'm not even learning it much. I only started learning it like a year ago, 2 years ago. You guys, what have you learned throughout? I want to know what you guys do in your day-to-day life. Because you got to understand that, okay, let me just respond to what this guy is saying. I don't want to respond to questions today, but yeah, they're reproducing with garbage, though. They're not reproducing with high-tier people, I'm talking about reproducing with high-tier people. I'm talking about in the 80s and 90s, you could get, I'm not talking about the people you see on benefits fraud or whatever that TV show is called, the people who are, in the low, the lowest, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a guy could bring 1,000 to the table and get a woman that's university educated in the 80s. How do I know? Because my parents did it, and most of my friends' parents did the same thing. You didn't need. It's not like today's society. Today's society, you can't bring 1,000 to the table, even if you adjust for inflation, and let's say 10,000, and get an educated woman that's decently good looking. You can't do that in today's society. It's not going to work. You're not going to get married. So stop. These guys think the 80s was the norm. Today's society is actually, I would say, is better than the 80s even. Because like I said, you can leverage people from third world countries and pay them peanuts and make money off their labor. You can't do that in the 80s because there was, so, you guys ain't taking advantage of the opportunities that are at your disposal. I had one moron in the comment section today attack me saying that there's no hope for him. Okay, and these guys are not true, because if I put a 9/11 to his head, he's going to be begging for his life. I'm not threatening anybody. I don't want YouTube to say them. But I'm just saying theoretically, if I put a 9/11 to their head, they're going to beg for their life. But yet, they're telling me that there's no hope for them. You believe that there's hope, otherwise you will set yourself on fire like that other incel guy. He set himself on fire. I have more respect for that guy than you guys, because he actually believed what he said. He said, It's over for me. I have autism. Women will never date me. And he set himself on. He believed in it. See, he did that at a young age. He was under 30. You guys who are 40 years old who talk like that, you don't even believe in what you're saying. You know, you don't believe in it. See, I believe in what I'm saying, though. That's the thing. You know, a lot of you guys don't actually believe what's coming out of your mouth. Because if you believed in that, you would do it. You would finish yourself off. You know, I'm never going to finish myself off. Because I don't need to. Because I know that there's something else better than what I'm doing right now. You know, so we need to understand that, you know, today's society, stop romanticizing, you know, old societies that were crap. You know, I would never have become a millionaire in the past. Listen to Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about how hard it was back then. Why do old people like who are 75 years old tell you it was so hard back then? They're not lying to you guys. You had to go door to door. You got slapped in your face to make $1 million. You had to, you know, you guys don't understand what life was back then. You had to go door to door and beg people. I don't have the balls to do it. I don't. You know, I'm not that brave. You know, I can tell you that I'm not that brave because I wasn't raised by, you know, an alpha male father. I don't like to use that term alpha male, but you can't really change certain things about you. I'm not that brave, and I'll never be the bravest guy. I'm not the wimpiest guy, but I'm not the bravest guy. You know, but fortune favors the brave. I like that saying. That's a true saying. But you know, you had to go door to door. People would spit in you. People would slap you, just to get your feet off the ground. Today you can start up an online business and just make money like that. Hire some bozos from Asia. Okay, they're crap, but you can find good ones, train them up, and make millions. You say, oh, it's not that easy. Yes, it is that easy. You know, but you don't want to believe it's that easy. That's the problem. You know, go back in earlier on in the video, I gave the example of Tim Sweeney. You know, you got to find the right formula. You know, so, you know, guys, I've just refuted the whole doomer ideology here. There is no such thing as a doomer. You're a loser. Stop coming up with fantasy names to try to make yourself feel better and edgy and cool. Stop going on 4chan. Please stop going on 4chan. It may be over for you once you visit that website. Because even when I was playing video games 8 hours a day, I never went on 4chan. I don't even understand how to read it. You know, what the hell is that? How do you even read it? Who is talking? You know, I went on there once. What the hell is this? I don't even know what these guys are talking. It's like they speak some different language over there. You know, if you can decipher that, there's something wrong with you. You know, but anyways, yeah, just stop, man. You know, and any doomers that come to this channel, you're getting blocked. And you doomers who watch me, I'm going to make fun of you. When I become rich, I'm going to make fun of you guys. Big time. I'm going to make you guys wish you were never born. Because you refused to take heed of the advice. Not because I want to make you, you know, feel bad. But I want to make you pay. But, you know, I'm not going to have to anyway. That's just for my own entertainment. But you guys are going to be homeless anyway in the future. You're going to more than likely be homeless. But anyways, I've waffled on enough. It's Unreal Man here, the truth of manosphere. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you are informed every time I upload a new video.